The mother who kidnapped her kids and sparked an Amber Alert is in jail tonight.
And for the first time, she is talking only to us, face to face.
KCTV5's Matt Stewart has the exclusive interview.
Shirley Riggs tells me she had a good reason for kidnapping her 4 children. She wanted to protect them from her husband, their father, amid allegations of abuse. And tonight, as she sits in jail, she feels the justice system was wrong to take her children away from her.
You know, I feel like I did what any mother would have done.
Clad in an orange jumpsuit, locked up in a fortress of concrete and steel, Shirley Riggs sat in the Jackson County Jail with a stack of court documents that detail her story. She claims she's misunderstood, that the legal system's against her, and the proof is in her hands.
I was just kind of at the end of my rope, not really knowing what to do, where to go, where to find help for the kids.
Back on September 20th, during an unsupervised visit with her children at her mother's house, Shirley Riggs piled her 4 children into a van and took off in the middle of the night. They drove to Washington State and went into hiding. She took these pictures of her children during the 2 weeks they were on the run from police.
Yeah, I didn't really have an exact plan, just that I thought that maybe someone would listen outside of the state of Missouri.
Independence Police issued an Amber Alert, and the media splashed their faces on television sets across the nation. When an employee at a motel in Olympia, Washington, recognized Shirley's face, she called police. They arrested Shirley and sent the kids back to Missouri.
That after I was in jail for a couple of days, I kind of thought, you know, it's time to start fighting again.
Shirley's been fighting for her children the past 4 years. It all began in the summer of 2004 when she left her husband, Raymond, claiming he was abusive toward her. She moved with the kids from Missouri to New Mexico and then to Oregon. Shirley also alleges Raymond acted sexually inappropriately around their children, and 3 separate therapists who interviewed the children believe it to be true. The kids told the therapists their father watched porn in front of them and walked around naked. Shirley says that's why she kept taking the kids, to protect them.
It was quite obvious, not just to me, but also to the therapist, that the children wanted no contact with their father.
Back in November of 2006, Raymond Riggs filed for divorce here in Missouri, and that's when the whole custody battle began. Riggs declined our interview request, but his attorney spoke to us on his behalf.
A lot of what Shirley Riggs has alleged is not true.
Philip Zuspin says that Raymond has always complied with investigators and has never been charged with any sex crime against his children. We contacted Independence Police, who tell us they're not even investigating him. Zuspan says Raymond loves his kids and wants to be a part of their lives.
It is consuming for him. Every waking moment for the last couple of years, the thing on Raymond Riggs' mind is getting his children back.
Back on April 24th, 2007, Jackson County Judge Stephen Nixon ordered Shirley Riggs to appear in court in person to discuss her husband's divorce filing.
But I was in Oregon. I had no way to get to Missouri.
Not only didn't she show, but her attorney quit that same day, so she had no representation. At that meeting, Judge Nixon ordered the children be placed in the temporary custody of their paternal grandparents, who live in Independence.
There was no notice that custody was going to be discussed that day.
It seemed like kind of a drastic measure to me.
We had retired Johnson County Judge Larry McLean look over some of the paperwork in the case. Judge McLean presided over domestic law cases for 19 years. And while he can't say Judge Nixon made the wrong decision, he does admit he would have handled it differently.
Perhaps if I was in his shoes, I would have sent her a notice that I'm rescheduling that case management order, and she had 30 days to contact the court, and if she did not do so, then custody would be changed.
We requested an explanation from Judge Nixon, but an aide from his office wrote us, quote, Judge Nixon cannot comply with your request because to do so would clearly violate his obligation not to discuss any pending case. Despite the sexual misconduct allegations against Raymond Riggs, Judge Nixon continued to allow him unsupervised overnight visits with his kids, which is why Shirley says she took them this last time just 2 days before her custody hearing.
It just, seemed like all the abuse was being covered up and ignored.
As Shirley awaits her February trial, she knows it may be some time before she can see her children again, but she has faith that she will one day regain custody.
I know that they need me. They need me now. They'll need me when this is over.
Shirley's children are currently in foster care, and it's worth noting that Shirley and her children are part Cherokee. And right now, the Cherokee Nation is in the process of trying to get involved to see if they can reunite Shirley with her children through federal law. Matt Stewart, KCTV5 News.
Now, late this afternoon, the Independence Police Department released a statement about the Shirley Riggs case. They say they investigated her allegations, and the case is now closed. We've posted the entire statement online at KCTV5.com.